Alright, welcome to the Rearms buying shop. As I said last week, that's what we're buying, because the rims on the stock Corolla are not nice and no one likes them in this game. So, what can we get? Welcome to an entire episode of trying to pick myself some sick rims. It's not going to be those. I know there are ones in this game that look like the Watanabes, but I'm pretty sure they don't get unlocked for ages. I'll probably, be driving a different car by the time I have those, so we're just going to go for some rotors instead, which I can't afford. Alright, that's fine. There's a race, like, next door, so if I go and win that, I should be able to get them easily. Out we go. Over this way. This car really needs some performance upgrades, because it takes fucking forever to get going. I think it needs gearbox upgrades, is what would solve that. And Street X. I don't know what Street X is because it's just the same as regular circuit racing, but the tracks are short. Which is good because I'm trying to save time while earning, enough money to be able to buy some rims. A lot of this game is about building your car. That's what you gotta do. And if you start out in the Corolla, your only opponents that... First of all, your opponents will be fucking shit and drive themselves into the wall all the time. But also, the only opponents you'll get for a while will be other Corollas, because, as I said when I first picked this car last week, it's probably the worst one in the game. Well, at least it's the worst one in the game when it's stock. I don't know how it is when it's upgraded. I know that in Underground 2 you can take whatever car you start with to the end of the game. I'm not going to do that because, I want to spice things up a little bit, but I do know that that's something you can do, so, Anyway, well, does it tell you your total money? I guess not. But I can tell you something, there's definitely going to be a lot more driving time in this game than there was in Underground 1, because you drive everywhere. It's not menus to get to races. There we go. 520 bank, or monies, or, whatever. Which means I'm going to be able to afford the wheels that I wanted. So, back to the shop. There's a lot of that in this game. It's a free roaming game, so, there's a lot of back and forth. I don't particularly find that to be too much of an issue, probably because of my autism. Which ones did I want? It was these, right? Let's make them pretty big, but not too big. And then go back to explore mode with no money left. Gonna be upgrading the car in increments. At least until I get to the races that give me the big money. Then I'll be able to buy more than one thing at a time. But until then, it's one thing at a time. I think next order of business, I want some more performance stuff, but I want performance stuff for the aesthetics that said performance stuff will bring. I want some suspension to lower the car, but I also want, gearbox upgrades because I want to be able to get off the line faster. Because every time I come out of a shop, I have to wait 20 minutes to get up to 7,000 RPM. Let's do a drag race. I know I just said the acceleration is poor, but I can do a drag race. I just need to figure out what the buttons are for changing gear. It might be the stick. I'm pretty sure it's the stick. If it's not the stick, we're buggered. But it should be the stick. Can't believe I over-revved it. Oh shit. I don't know the buttons. Alright, it's X. X to shift up. I don't think I'm gonna win this one now, so might have buggered that one from a young age. Unless I can get him out of the way. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. No, I'm gonna come second. Yeah. Oh no, wait, no! I've taken the lead. Okay, fine. I was a wee bit concerned for a while there, but I did end up winning it, so we're alright. I wasn't worried at any point during that race. But I feel like I do need some improved acceleration upgrades. Kind of sucks that I completely fucked up the start because, you know, they made the drag racing way easier in Underground 2 compared to Underground 1 because the cars change revs much slower from what I remember of the game. At least I'm pretty sure that's true. It's probably true. I think I had some more real life stuff lined up to talk about in this recording session than just, wah, they won't let me cheat the system and walk my bike out early. But I've already talked about my microphone, and I've already talked about my new phone, which is, like I said, fucking shit. Avoid it. You know, it for a cheap phone, as in like sub 50 quid, new. You know, it's okay. From Argos, you know, I broke the last one, and my dad doesn't want to spend much money on me getting a phone because I never use it really, except for when I'm at school. I like to listen to me tunes. Oh, for fuck's sake! There's a lot less traffic on this game, but it feels like it's a lot more of a problem. Yeah, I like to use my phone to listen to my tunes, watch some YouTube, watch some sports. I know that there was a channel that used to upload the BSB races about a day after they ran them, and he did for Donington, but he hasn't uploaded Brands Hatch, and I went onto his channel and the Donington videos have been deleted. So, you know, I don't know, don't quite know what's going on with that, but I do want to watch the races from Brands. So, you know, if he could upload those, that'd be nice. I remember there was an episode of Underground I did where I mentioned that I was a cyberbully, because there was that Formula 1 channel that didn't upload since I made a disparaging comment, even though he has a shit ton more subscribers than me and people that comment. You know, I have some commenters and I'm proud of them because they're good people and I dig them. This guy, you know, but a lot of my videos don't have any comments on. You know, I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out. And, you know, that's fine. And that's okay. To get with the current TV meme. You know, well, I don't want to explain it. I think we should all know what and that's okay. Or, no, and what and that's a good thing. That's it. We all know where that's from. I'm going to wall ride because I'm lazy. Shit, I lost track of my train of thought, as usual. Yeah, he still hasn't uploaded since. I'm pretty sure I didn't unsubscribe. In fact, I'm damn certain I didn't unsubscribe. Garlish Gaming, that was the name of the channel. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But you know what? Don't really care, to be honest. It's a Formula 1 YouTuber, you know, Formula 1 game YouTuber, even. They're all the same. Who cares? And I know that I'm the same as a bunch of other channels, but, you know, I at least... I'm not pretending that I have a personality, is what I'm saying. I don't have the face cam and the, you know, the normie haircut, and I don't smile all the time. I'm not grinning at the camera all the time, and I definitely don't do the thing where I encourage people to subscribe. You know, I go out of my way to avoid doing that because I want to be an edgelord. On YouTube, if you're going to be an edgelord, you're not going to last long if you have a following, because they're going to have their eye on you, and, you know, someone's going to rat you out. So you got to You got to keep things a little bit low key if you want to be an anti-Semite like I am. You know, I feel like being an anti-Semite in Britain, you've got bigger problems than the YouTube police. You have the real police to worry about because they actually care about, you know, trying to enforce the law on the internet for some reason. You know, not even like stuff like you know, child porn and shit. It's like, he hurt my feelings on Facebook and this kind of stuff. And I know they do similar stuff in Canada, but you know, whatever. I live in a totalitarian shithole where, you know, my only solace is that the EU can't regulate the size of my light bulbs anymore. Or at least that's the plan. They're probably going to go back on Brexit anyway, so turns out the EU can still regulate my light bulbs. Britain was a mistake. Modern Britain, definitely. Huge mistake. I don't know what happened, but everything is fucked, to be honest. Although I can't think of anywhere better. You know, I could go full weeb and say Japan, but they don't like outsiders, as they shouldn't. And, you know, I'm pretty fucking poor at languages, so I wouldn't be able to assimilate in any way. I'd just be a nigger. I'd just be a round-eyed Muslim in Japan, the equivalent, if you see what I mean. So, you know. Well, now that no one's following me anymore, and my channel's been deleted, let's get back to Underground 2. Yep, continuing on with my plans and stuff. I think I said while I was playing Underground that I was going to explain everything that was going on once I got into Underground 2, and it's been this is my third week of Underground 2, so I might as well do some kind of explanation as to what's going on. Why am I playing a Need for Speed game straight after playing another Need for Speed game? You know, I thought the whole idea of my channel was that there was going to be a load of variety, and I was going to play on a whole load of different consoles, a whole load of different franchises. You know, 1,000,001 racing games, you know, made in the space of a decade and a half. And that's still the plan. You know, things haven't changed very dramatically. In fact, they haven't changed at all. I've always been planning on doing a street racing series like this. You know, even I think ever since I saw that the now dead Need for Speed Theories community decided, and you know, tried to enforce that Ryan Cooper was not the player in any of the other Need for Speed games. Oh.
Hey man, you're raising some serious hype out there. Looks like a couple of companies want to represent you. That means you qualify for the Underground Racing League I told you about. No traffic, no streets, just pure driving. All of it takes place on a controlled private course. Now, since you've set up shop with me, I'm gonna act as your agent. I'll take a cut off the top in return.
Well, we're selling out, is what's going on here. Shit, lost my train of thought because of that. For fuck's sake. Yeah, they were like, oh no, Ryan Cooper isn't the player in Underground and Most Wanted and this, that, and Undercover, this, that, and the other. But my mind was pretty much set on the idea that, you know, Ryan Cooper went on a great big street racing adventure. So I started, you know, in my mind, a little bit late at night with a notepad, noting down all the games, trying to figure out, you know, how he'd go from here to here, there to there. Let's clear out my inbox before the end of this episode. Yeah, here to here, there to there, trying to work everything out. And eventually I settled on some kind of, I settled on the sequence of games, and there's like, I had very weak, like 2-sentence explanations as to how they were connected. Obviously Underground and Underground 2 are connected, and Most Wanted and Carbon are connected and that kind of thing. But I just decided how a bunch of different games were connected, and I'll go into the connections that I decided that there were next week. I'll tell you my entire autistic Need for Speed fanfiction. This episode is either going to be titled next episode will be Autistic Need for Speed fanfiction. This week is either going to be Hard R or Selling Out. I haven't decided. That's usually my thought process.